allow God to lead you financially. It's important to be led by God in our finances, whether it is taking up a job, whether it is deciding on what business that you're going to do, whether it is making a spending, whether it is making an investment, even taking a loan from the bank. Now, you need God to lead you. I want to tell you, it's important that, God, to know that God has a plan and He wants to lead us by that plan, and that includes your finances. So God has a financial plan for you. You go by God's way, you're going to see God's blessings, and it can never be separated. God's way will always lead you to God's blessings. Man's way leads, to man's whatever it is. But man's way can never lead to God's blessing. So we need to be led by God in every decision. So often what happens is human mind tends to make decision on the basis of how advantageous the market looks like, how positive people respond, how, positive the situation it is to me. But actually, God never works that way, because God's ways are higher than man's ways. The scripture says that even in the time when there was no rain, there was, a famine, no much water, and God was asking Isaac, when everybody else were migrating to Egypt, God said to Isaac, stay back here in the land of Canaan, in the midst of this, waterless famine. And Isaac stayed, and God gave him a revelation sometime later to sow in that land, because basically he was not a farmer, he was a cattle rearer. So he sowed, and the land produced 100-fold right at the first time. No trial and error method there. It was just straight. But you know what? That can never be explained by human minds. Maybe later on, when things happen, they might try to figure out some theory and try to frame it. But you know what? God leads in ways that is beyond human thinking. And that's why we need to believe, we need to obey, we need to trust God, we need to obey when He gives us commands, when He gives us leadings. And it doesn't happen every time, the first step that God leads doesn't immediately takes you to a place of abundance. But I want to tell you, the first step really takes you one step towards that abundance.